So good morning. It's been a while since I did a little video, so I thought I would do one. So in London now, and it's 6 a.m. and I have not been able to sleep. It's just been hard adjusting to London time because I'm on US time and it's 6:28 here now. So 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So it's like around 1 o'clock in the morning in the US. Kind of weird here because with everything that happened in Paris and the rising threat in Europe, more specifically in this region, it's a little tense here, but people are still kind of getting along with their lives. I'm a little bit situationally aware and conscious, and so I've just kind of knocked around the hotel and just been relaxing. But the purpose of this video is to kind of talk about what's been going on in my mind, and I think, I don't know if you've seen it, but apparently I didn't even know this is how out of the loop I've been, because I've just really been focusing on me and trying to find myself. Just can't wait to share that with you. But apparently, the National Enquirer and other magazines have been talking about Charlie Sheen being HIV positive, and apparently today he's supposed to be going on to the Today Show and making that a somewhat personal announcement, I guess. I've been on Facebook all night long, and between people calling out Caitlyn Jenner, which I had, to now this Charlie Sheen thing is just like, geez, and these pillows are all in the way, sorry. But it's like, geez, like what's going on? I mean, I don't know the situation. I haven't read the tabloids. I really don't want to know. But there's just, for me, it becomes an issue when the media is putting out your information in terms of your health or just personal things. It's just uncalled for. I mean, I just feel like, let that man, people are trying to sue him or people are mad about his status, let that be a personal matter. If they want to bring light of it, you know what I mean? Like, if they haven't spoke out about it, let it be. I mean, let this man live his life. I mean, people like him, people don't like him. I'm team me. He doesn't pay my bills, so I really don't care. But I care in the aspect of the fact that when that man, no one should be forced to come out. And I think that's kind of where I'm getting at. I mean, when I see people, especially I've seen recently on Facebook, people are saying this person's positive and they're having sex without disclosing their status. You're always going to have bad people in the world, right? But to put them out like that, you have to understand, regardless of what that person's intentions are, you may not even know, that person still has to live. And I always go by the golden rule: treat people like I want to be treated. I don't put people's statuses out. I don't talk about it. It's not my business. I feel like we all go through our own journey. I feel like, and that is what makes us us. This is his journey. Let him go through it. But what I do hope is that throughout this interview, that person who's conducting that interview is educated on how to have a correct interview with folks who are HIV positive. And I was recently having a conversation with someone on Instagram, and HIV came up in the discussion. They were like, can I ask a very stupid question? I was like, yeah, whatever. I don't care. They're like, so how many people did you fuck before you found out that you were positive? And in my head, I'm like, what? Like, how do you have the mentality to think HIV is related to being devious or having a lot of sex? Yeah, obviously we know how HIV is transmitted, but in my case, which is a very unique case, and it's still something I'm not really going to talk about, I was a victim of a sexual assault and then some other particular scenarios that could have happened, but it was never a situation of me just having sex with a crazy amount of people. It was very limited to 3 people. That's as most that I would say. Actually 4 when you think about it, but it's my own personal story, you know what I mean? And I just feel like a lot of people like to think that, oh, it's a bad thing that Charlie Sheen has had a reckless life in terms of his behavior and his drug addiction. That's his life. That's his personal life. And if he wants to write a memoir about it or talk about it, I guess we'll hear about it later on today. But who are we to judge? It's 2015. It's about to be 2016. New medications are coming out on the market every quarter. You know what I mean? Like, I'm taking one pill. I was taking, when I first started on a clinical trial, I was taking multiple pills. Now I'm down to 1 pill a day. And it's not all about that. And I say that a lot in my videos, and I've talked to colleagues who have kind of evolved my mentality about it. But folks living with HIV deal with mental health issues. I'm one of them. I will say it. Deal with stigma. Dating for me has been off and on because of the stigma. Family life. And our journeys are very complex, and it's not just about taking a pill a day. And coming out of the closet in terms of one's HIV status should be something that's not forced and something that you should be empowered to do it. Just like when we see Michael Sam and other people come out about being gay, it hasn't been because they're forced, it's because they feel empowered enough and ready to do so. So I don't know. I'm very one-sided on this. I think, why does the media have to have any business with that? Even if he's been having, sex with people and not disclosing his HIV status, let that play out in a court of law. I mean, let people deal with that on their own. So that's my thoughts. I'll be flying, actually, coming back to New York when the interview does air, but hopefully we have Wi-Fi, and on a break I can take a look and see how that went. But my prayers and thoughts go out to him, and more importantly, people every day that feel like they're afraid to come out, but more importantly, people who are forced to come out in terms of sharing their HIV status or any other identity that they're not ready to share. I feel like people need to be ready to do that and understand the positive and negative implications. I just hope that this can become a very positive experience, and hopefully we can re-educate the media in terms of how we discuss HIV and how we talk to people who are living with HIV and disclosing that. It's not, how did you get it? Who'd you get it from? Those are very taboo subjects and topics to have. I think it's more about, why do you feel like coming out? What do you look to gain from this? Do you mind me asking how long you've been living with HIV? Can you define the difference from HIV and AIDS? How was the process of getting it connected into care? Are you still in care? How is that going? You know what I mean? Have these conversations that are very educational but can empower people to follow suit and do the same. So, signing off, but hope to talk to you soon.